Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Cowboys give an extremely exciting QB option amid latest exit. The Dallas Cowboys are down a solid quarterback in Cooper Rush, but the good news is that another option awaits them. There's no getting around the reality that the Dallas Cowboys are going to need a solid backup quarterback for the 2025 season. Just look at what happened last season, when Dak Prescott got injured and was out for the long term. Now, Cooper Rush has officially left Dallas and will serve as the backup for Lamar Jackson with the Baltimore Ravens, and Trey Lance will probably be out soon, too. That leaves one quarterback with Dallas, and that's Will Grier. That makes an additional backup quarterback a need, not a want, and it's likely the Cowboys will find one in the 2025 draft. In a feature published Monday, March 17, by NFL analyst and expert Mike Mcmillan for blogging The Boys, Mcmillan lays out a handful of quarterbacks he thinks could fit with Dallas coming from the 2025 draft. His number one pick is Kyle McCord of Syracuse, calling him a solid fit for Dallas as a developmental backup. So, what puts McCord above the rest? Mcmillan raves about the player's strong arm, experience in a pro-style system and ability to handle high-pressure situations. McCord was first with Ohio State before transferring to Syracuse. There, he played in high-profile games, showing flashes of being a capable pocket passer with good decision-making skills, according to Mcmillan. At the Shrine Bowl, McCord was easily one of the highlights during the week and proved he was no fluke. Mcmillan thinks McCord would be a great fit with the offensive plan for the Cowboys that will look to add more play action, and adds that the player's deep ball accuracy is extremely exciting to watch. Even though McCord should work on his mobility and consistency under pressure, having a mentor like Prescott would give him the time to develop his mechanics and understanding. He adds, with the Cowboys' strong supporting cast at wide receiver, McCord could thrive as a long-term backup, and when called on to spot the offense if needed. In a separate 2025 NFL Draft prospect profile from blogging The Boys, Chris Flum also raves about McCord's abilities and questions if he's a sleeper at the quarterback position. McCord has adequate arm strength for the system he was asked to run, he states. He's able to generate enough velocity to challenge coverage in the short to intermediate area of the field, and he's able to access deeper areas of the field when he can step into the throw. Flum adds, he's also a functional athlete who can scramble to extend the play, as well as pick up yardage on his own if the defense turns their back on him. He's also able to execute rollouts to move the pocket or change his launch point. Speaking with reporters on Monday, March 17, McCord said he has spoken to and had private workouts with several interested NFL teams. He's actually heard from an impressive 24 teams, he says. I've won everywhere I went, McCord said per Syracuse.com. The jump I made from year one to year two as a starter, I don't think there is another quarterback or player in the country that made that type of improvement. Dallas linked to Tony Romo-type QB after Cooper Rush departure. The Dallas Cowboys extended Dak Prescott on the biggest contract in NFL history last offseason, but the team already finds itself in need of another quarterback. Prescott is earning an annual average salary of $60 million over the next 4 years, so obviously the Cowboys aren't seeking a signal caller to start right away. But Prescott missed 11 games in 2020, 5 contests in 2022 and sat out 9 times last season. That's just one way of saying that whoever Dallas acquires to play the number 2 role is going to have to be someone on whom the offense can truly rely, as Cooper Rush often was over his 7-year stint with the franchise. With Rush on his way to play behind Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, many expect Dallas to seriously consider selecting a quarterback on day 3 of the NFL Draft next month, which means somewhere in rounds 5 to 7. There should be a handful of viable options still available at that point, including the undersized but heady Dillon Gabriel of Oregon. It's what's between the ears that makes Gabriel a fine choice for Dallas. His pre-snap reads and awareness, along with quick reactions and processing, make Gabriel one of the best in this department among all the prospects, Mike Poland of SB Nation wrote Monday, March 17. The way he dissects defenses and throws with a very quick release, he almost compares to Tony Romo. Where he differs from Romo, apart from size, is his speed and mobility. He has some wheels to get out and go. Will Grier is currently the only other player in the Cowboys QB room outside of Prescott. He started 2 games last season, going 0-2 and throwing for a total of 228 yards and 4 interceptions. The Dallas Cowboys drew ridicule when they decided to stay in-house for their next head coach hire. Many expected them to conduct a wider search of Cowboys disciples spread across the league. Instead, Brian Schottenheimer has stepped into the role that Mike McCarthy held for the last 5 seasons. Schottenheimer spent the final 2 of those campaigns working under the head coach. Since taking the job, he and the Cowboys have gotten to work assembling a solid staff around him. Amid these hires, there is a very clear vision of how Schottenheimer wants things to operate. With additions of Clayton Adams and Connor Riley, the Cowboys are clearly focused on re-establishing their offensive line presence. Once the dominant power in that area, they have faded into irrelevancy in recent seasons. Clearly, the team has an uphill climb staring them down. Not only is their line in need of a reset, but they have lost an all-time player in Zach Martin. The right guard officially announced his retirement, signaling the final goodbye to the players of that unit from a decade ago. Potential Dallas Cowboys NFL draft target runs blistering 40-yard dash at Pro Day. The Dallas Cowboys could go a number of ways during the offseason to address the lack of depth at wide receiver. Whether it's bringing in an NFL veteran through free agency or a promising NFL draft prospect, the options will be available. Of course, when your franchise is run by Jerry Jones, there is no telling what will happen. There is one prospect, however, who has become a popular name linked to the Cowboys. Massive wide receiver Tetairoa Mcmillan, who was a standout for the Arizona Wildcats, is the guy who perfectly fits what Dallas needs opposite CeeDee Lamb. On Monday, Mcmillan made it clear that he should be considered in the first round. After measuring 6'4", 219 pounds, Mcmillan ran a 4.48 40-yard dash at the Wildcats Pro Day with 24 teams in attendance. That time will certainly open some eyes, but now the Cowboys risk missing out on Mcmillan if he shoots up the draft boards and the team is not selectively aggressive on draft day. This season, Mcmillan hauled in 84 catches for 1,319 yards and 8 touchdowns. It is the second consecutive year for Mcmillan to surpass the 1,000-yard mark. He will be a name to watch. The 2025 NFL Draft will be held in Green Bay, Wisconsin, with the first round on Thursday, April 24. Rounds 2 and 3 will be held on Friday, April 25, while the final rounds will play out on Saturday, April 26. And you, fan? What do you think about Tetairoa Mcmillan's situation? Write to us in the comments.